Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Motorsport Manager. We're into episode number 3. We're with Marusha Racing, and we're definitely a small team, but we're competitive with the back markers, and that's really important. Fans of Yokohama are up in arms over the prospect of their beloved track being cut from the schedule. What do you have to say? I hope it stays. Maybe some experts are very much in favor of introducing the change. I'll make up my own mind. There you go. Alright, we are one day away from our race in China. We are looking at wet Friday and Sunday, possibly a dry Saturday. It's going to be a 64 lap race. And we have a new engine build that has just been completed. Let's go ahead and see what we have there now. So there's 2 engine builds done. You can see the current is definitely going to be the better. Now we're at 91% on that one. I definitely want to get this one on a car. I don't know how much we can do in this very short period of time. But maybe we can at least get it serviceable to get on the car right away, because that's a pretty good boost from where we were at previously. That's in 726. Now there's, I believe, one more engine build to do. Yes, there is. Because we have those 2, that's the one that just finished. Now, fuel efficiency improved, definitely not a bad thing. However, we could pick up another 25. The reliability piece, I don't care about, but look where that puts us. 794 base, 818 max. That's a healthy engine compared to what we have right now. And the reliability, not too bad to start with. I like the fuel efficiency, but that's pretty good. $2 million. Well, it's expensive, but that's the last engine we're going to be building already this season. You can see just how much better we are looking than we were at the beginning of the season. It's still the worst. It's still the slowest. But that next one, and with the maxed out improvement, maybe that can get us up closer to, like, say, Toro Rosso. A little sad, though, for Williams that they've got their engine so low on the list, when really, in real life, that's not the issue. They have engine power. It's a Mercedes engine. It's the chassis, it's the aero that is such a struggle for them. Alright, so one day has passed. You can see car still very much a distant 12th, but we're starting to get there. Pit crew definitely improved from the start of the season. Sponsorships definitely improved since the start of the season. And we've got a decent group of drivers. Alright, here's the fun part. What do we have new? Let's come back to the engine in a second. We'll check everything else. %. I think that's tolerable. So it's 76. We're on equal status. So boo-hoo. Go the other way. That makes them content. I suppose that's a good thing. It's round 3 of 16. I don't think we're in a position to score points anytime soon, but we can beat a handful of cars at the back of the grid. And with help from some DNFs, we can more or less stay out of last place anyway. Ultimately, that's going to come down to beating Alpine and Williams. So any time that we're able to finish ahead of them, it's going to be a big deal. And let's quickly get these guys around and brought back in. Speed balance is nice. Handling definitely needs work. And if it's poor, I don't see how this window's big enough to get there. So it looks like we probably need to go the other way. I didn't mean for that to get locked in, but that's okay. We'll try to tweak that next time. Ooh, nice. Vern. He's got his down. Okay, triple great. That is a subtle difference. We're at 93% though, so we're definitely not there yet. Let's try going this way. Do we want to go the other way? Maybe we'll go the other way. Like that. Also at 93. We went from good to good, so the downforce is definitely somewhere in between. Okay, give that a shot. I'm not switching to the wets. It's not going to do me any good. It's about to dry out, and I wouldn't pick up any bonus. So qualifying full, and stay on the intermediates. There it is. What's the percent though? 99. I like it. Okay, qualifying. Staying on the intermediates, and let's go. Let's go, 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 go. There we go. Level 1. Track dried out. Still wet though, and I think it's supposed to start raining again. Whoa, Geo spun in practice. Oh, it never has anybody do that in practice. What's going on here, guys? Is it really going to stay dry this long? There you go. Here comes the rain again. Grosjean spun. I've never seen spins in practice. See it in real life, but not in this game. Good job, modders. I don't know how you got that in there, but you did. We're on our in lap. That's not good. I don't think we're picking up another level of bonus, are we? Oh, we are so close to qualifying trim level 2. Time's up. Oh, that sucks. Really missed out on the bonuses here. Really missed out. So unfortunate. Not quite level 3. Not quite level 2. Just, weak stuff. Qualifying should be dry. Should be. Yes, yes it is. What do we even have? Soft qualifying trim level 1. And yeah, okay. Really? Fine. I guess I could put on the well, I don't want the intermediate tire bonus. It's dry right now. I would definitely go out before it rains, if it's gonna rain. We got plenty of tires. I suppose we can get a banker lap in. So let's go do it. Van Dorn, you're up. And heavy braking, and we've got some braking through here, and now we go into so hard. There's no real straightaway here. It's really hard to keep the tire temps up on this thing. Okay, perfect and good. We could have done better than that, but we'll take it. Alright. Sean-Eric, your turn. Ah, so close to good. Traffic not helping though. Alpine very much in our way. It's going to cost us significant time here. Both cars suffering from some serious traffic. Van Dorn slowest by over a second right now. Vern, I don't see his lap going much better. Speed it up. Get these guys done and back into the garage. 5 minutes left. Means we're going to need to get them back out here pretty soon. Let's see, 3:35, minute and a half lap. We're gonna need over 2 minutes to get back out there. Let's get Van Dorn moving, and then it looks like we're gonna be at the back anyway. Van Dorn. Green in the first sector, so he's improving his time. White second sector, so he's a little bit off the pace. Green third sector. Is that a better time? Vern didn't make it. Nope, Vern didn't make it. Van Dorn improved his time, but by a very minuscule amount, so no change of position. Pure raw pace. We're at the back of the grid, and that's where this car is. Pure raw pace. We're just not quite there. Surprisingly, it's the two Williams ahead of us. Alpine, Massa ended up 19th. Alonso gets out of Q1. Okay, let's quickly sim through these last two. Hopefully Alonso will be towards the back. As a driver, personally I think he's a little OP. I know he's a huge fan favorite. Huge. Ooh, and here comes rain. This is terrible because now the guys in the top 12, they'll end up with the free choice of tire most likely. Looks like some guys got a lap in, others did not. Or no, that's just their pace. That's Mercedes and Ferraris being that much faster. Looks like everybody got one dry run in. But looking at tires, chances are it will give them free reign for the race. That free choice of tire is an added bonus. That penalty helps us at least a little bit. A few laps in on those tires, one hard lap makes a little bit of a difference. And putting them on the Ultra Soft definitely makes a difference. Drive for Q3. It's Bottas on pole. So just like in real life, where he's a distant second behind his teammate, but showing signs of life, here he gets a sign of life by going fastest in Q3 and only Q3. But that's the one that counts. So we've got a lot of work to do here on Sunday. It's dry for the start of the race. And it looks like it's going to be dry until about lap 30 to 31, meaning the rain's coming at about lap 31. And so that means the soft tires are definitely the way to go. We don't know how much rain we're going to get. The bonus is the same either way. We don't know if it's going to stay wet, so the soft tires should get us to the beginning point of the rain. Yes, they should. And then maybe intermediates till the end, but maybe not. Depends on whether it's going to dry back out or not. The softs will get us to the rain, so I'm glad that we just have enough foresight to see it. I know YouTube kind of darkens the screen a little bit, but that last one where it's totally faded, right there in the middle of the race, that's where the rain begins. So we'll push just a little bit early on, but we probably will need to stretch these tires to their max. So we'll want to keep them within the happy zone and not push too hard and stretch and maybe get 33, 34 laps out of them before we switch to intermediates. But with that, here we are for the Chinese Grand Prix. Let's go racing. We're going to put up 5 red lights. And fortunately for us, they did lock in the tires. Surprisingly, for the top 12, they all did get one dry run in before they switched. And let's see, these guys are all going hard. All of the other back markers, so maybe we can gain an advantage by waiting. So here we go, 5 red lights, let's go racing. Van Doren slow off the line. Vern gets a better start. Vern checked up by the Williams, though, of Kubica, but he does find an opening in the braking zone and moves way ahead as Alexander Albon makes a mistake and goes wide on turn 1, but Vern all the way up to P14 at the moment. So let's go ahead and tune in with him under the braking zone there into turn 1. He makes a fantastic move, and he gets around Massa. That is Massa. That is not Alonso. Alonso is a little slower off the line, but Vern, oof, terrible through that corner, loses 3 positions all in one corner, and both Alpines ahead of us now sandwiched with Alfa Romeo and a McLaren there, but we're trying to make a move back on the Alpine here, and we get it to stick. P15 for Jean-Eric Vern at this moment in time. Van Doren is already down to last place. Albon has gone back around him. That's all hard compound tires ahead of you. You should be able to keep pace. Let's save some fuel for later, though. We need to heat the tires up, though, so you can stay pushing, but otherwise we'll ride with Vern, who's currently in P15. A lot of elevation change on this one. I love how this mod allows you to zoom in more than the base game. You get a little bit of an added bonus out of it. For sure. Let's speed things up a little bit here on lap number 2, ×2 speed. Definitely battling. Raikkonen is behind us on the Ultra Softs. He did qualify in that top 12, and Lando Norris just crashed. He is out of this race. We're down to 23 cars running. Vettel off to a great start and has pulled away early on. The 2 Mercedes have a little gap over Verstappen in 4th, but otherwise the entire field is still very compact right now. Alright, let's go ahead and start your fuel saving. Tires now just having hit the happy zone. Grip's starting to pick up, and yes, there is the rain. And it's going to pick up pretty quickly. We might actually go to full wets and not intermediates if it's picked up that quick. We'll see what that next line looks like when we get a chance. Van Doren's actually up a couple spots into P21. He's ahead of Massa. He's ahead of Russell. That's the advantage of the soft tire. But before we heat these things up too much, we're going to need to have a go. Vern, come on, defend the position a little bit if you would, please. Gasly, drive-through penalty for causing a collision. Have to back off, and Raikkonen gets through. He is on the Ultras, so I can understand that. There is Gasly with his drive-through, but he's also messed up his car, so he's sliding backwards. He hasn't even done his drive-through yet, and he's going backwards, so Gasly has really messed up his race. Gasly pits while he's at it. He's still got a drive-through penalty to serve. And you can see just how far behind Pierre is right now. Russell got back around Van Doren, so he's in 21st. Vern here losing out to the Toro Rosso, or can he save the position? He does. Nice defending well against Kvyat, but driving on normal right now is causing us to go a bit backwards. But we really can't afford to push too much with the objective. And yes, full wets. Full wets by lap 34. So full wets by lap 34. So we will skip past intermediates and go to full wets. ×4 speed. Vern, for now, has successfully defended against Kvyat, opened up a little bit of a gap on him. Vettel's still on top. He's got almost 6 seconds over Hamilton. Bottas, another 5 behind. Verstappen, 4 behind. Leclerc, Perez. These guys are all going to have to pit well before. Russell, drive-through penalty for causing a collision as he passed his teammate Kubica. Yellow flag, Giovinazzi has crashed. He's out of the race. So Gio out of the race, and that's going to eventually move Gasly up. But Van Dorn up to 20th now. He was in between. Verne did not gain a position. Giovinazzi was in between my two drivers. It's still very compact between them. We got a little gap opened up in front of us. Raikkonen has pulled away a bit, but again, he's one that we'll have to pit. And we will get that position as Russell just pit. So George Russell has pit. He'll come out still in front of Gasly. And that was a drive-through. That was a drive-through. That was not a pit stop. Ten laps in. Tires are looking good. Fuel load looking good for Van Dorn. Verne just about level now on fuel. And Gasly and Russell, big gaps to those two behind. Massa has dropped off the pace quite a bit. Van Dorn and Verne are within 5 seconds of each other with a few drivers sandwiched in the middle. Raikkonen again's pulled away a few seconds, but he'll pit before too long here. And that means the next one is Alonso, but he's 5 seconds ahead. Sainz, Hülkenberg, Alonso, they'll all be fine. We should be fine till the rain. And yes, again, full wets. I don't know how long it's going to last. It looks like the rain might stop after a while. So it's going to be a quick monsoon-style Southeast Asian storm. If you've never visited that part of the world, heavy, heavy rains come and go rather quickly. And the fun part, at least there in the tropics, where I lived in Saipan, is you get that heavy, heavy rain. It comes, it goes, and then it's dry like 15 minutes later. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's reality. Gap starting to open a little bit. Kubica dropping off now, 3 seconds behind Albon. Van Dorn is still very close to him, just 1 second behind. The gap opening further though. Raikkonen's 5 seconds ahead. Alonso is now 7 seconds ahead of Verne, so he's slipping further back. But again, we've been driving neutral for quite a while here. We will be able to turn it on here at some point. We're going to speed things up for a couple of laps. Both of them come out on the wets, even though we're still 2-3 laps away from the rain even starting. That's going to cost them some serious time. Here comes race leader Sebastian Vettel putting Stoffel Van Dorn a lap down. Also coming under pressure from behind, Van Dorn. Ooh, here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. It's only damp. It's not time yet. But Van Dorn at 18%, I think he really needs to pit. What lap is it? 29? You need to go one more lap. Come on, dude. He's falling off the cliff, so he's really losing some speed right now. He needs to go one more lap. This is he's down to 16. He's got to pit now. He's got to. They should make it 34 laps. So Van Dorn will come in this time. Verne's going to wait one more lap. Make it a good one. Push a little bit. It's a good stop. No, 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 son of a... I don't like that. Is that because you got passed? Certainly hope so. Okay, Verne getting ready to come in. Now let's go ×2 through here. Alright, heading down pit road. Relinquishes 14th position. He will come out in P19, just ahead of his teammate. So he is a lap down now. So we are now in 19th and 20th. However, so far only 4 cars have put on the wets. It's still damp, which means we're going to be off the pace, but very, very soon it should hit at least wet, where there you go, now it's wet. Now it's suited to the intermediate tire, so we're in a much better position now than we were a moment ago, where we should be pretty level with these guys. We're losing time quickly still, though. And here you go. Everybody else is starting to make their stops. We're ahead of Albon. Vern is anyway. There's 22 seconds between Vern and Van Dorn. That's what that one lap made a difference on. I mean, there was 8 seconds between these guys, and now it's 22 seconds. So one lap was a 22-second difference. One lap later, Kvyat's ahead of Vern. So we lost probably 8 seconds on that one lap, pitting when we pit. Gasly pitting and fixing a problem while he's at it. He comes out ahead of Van Dorn, though. Van Dorn was 15 seconds ahead of him. So we lost a lot of time. So Van Dorn now in P19. Everybody has pit. Vern lost only one position. He comes out in P15. And that was to Kvyat. Kvyat timed things right. And who lost the time? Raikkonen? Yeah, Raikkonen lost the time. That's the one position was Kvyat, but Kvyat really gains. Yellow flag, Sector 3, I didn't see who spun, but they've already recovered. Okay, let's go normal now. Everybody's already out. Ooh, hello, hello. A little thunder and lightning to spice things up. Now, sit rep in terms of the balance. We've got one McLaren out of the race. We've got one Alfa Romeo. Magnussen just spun. One Alfa Romeo out of the race. So, in terms of the team competition, Albon is one of the pair of Toro Rossos. So Kvyat's still ahead of, or is ahead of us now. So that's unfortunate. Toro Rosso's got an advantage there. That's Hamilton behind us, looking to make a move around, but now there's the Williams of Kubica. Boy, these tires are cooling off pretty quick. So we'll be able to push. Vettel collides with Magnussen, and Kubica has spun. Vettel taking a penalty. Hamilton moves into the race lead. So Vettel, from the race lead, collides with the car he's trying to lap. A lot of mistakes being made out on track right now. Gasly just spun. I don't want to push because I don't want to crash, but you've got to keep the tires happy. Still 15th and 19th. Massa, his teammate, is Alonso. Alonso is all the way up in 11th. That is not good at all for us if they get into the points. We're screwed. Track fully soaked right now. Raikkonen just spun. He was right behind Vern. Raikkonen was just behind Vern, and he spun out and has dropped back. He comes out battling Kubica for 16th, and apparently he's going to stay just ahead of him. So pressure off Vern temporarily. Russell, his teammate is Kubica. We are ahead of the Williams right now. So that's one team that we are ahead of. Also, Giovinazzi out of the race. His teammate Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo is behind Vern. So we are ahead of them as well. So at least on the day, we are 10th place. On the day. Now the bad news, though, is that on the season, I think this would put Alpine ahead of us because Alonso's up in P11, and we have not had that. The highest position, the highest finish we've had is 14th. And I really don't want him to get up in the points, so we desperately need something to go wrong for Alonso. Someone to collide into him, for him to go backwards. He's 30 seconds out of the top 10, so at this point there's no danger of him going in, but you can see like Vettel just dropped to 7th because he had his drive-through and then he just had to pit to repair whatever he did. He put on fresh wets. Rain is stopping momentarily, but you can see we are gonna stay wet to the end of the race. So Vern right now matching his best position of the season. This is now Gasly. Gasly has gone around Raikkonen. So this is for position. It is a Red Bull, but it is for position. Here in game, Gasly has not yet been replaced by Albon, as he has in real life. And at the time of recording, as I record a few episodes at a time, I have yet to see Albon in the Red Bull to see how he does. Okay, tires have cooled. Oh, Bottas just collided with Gasly as he was trying to go around. Bottas has collided with Gasly, and Gasly picks up a penalty. It was Gasly's fault. And so that was Bottas that I saw there. That is Leclerc now behind. And then that should be Bottas just behind him. So the gap has opened up behind. 8 seconds is the difference. Kubica just spun. That's going to push him back even further. Van Dorn, Albon just got past both of them. Tire wear not looking so good with 15 laps to go. Here's Leclerc. Hopefully nothing happens as he goes around. This is Vern. I'm going to back off for a little bit and let these guys go. There's Bottas. I'm going to let him go as well. I can't go conserve on driving style. Just turn the engine down so he gets by easily. Gasly just locked up. Please, no collision, no collision. Just get by, get by, get by. Side by side, here we go. Van Dorn just spun. Van Dorn just spun. There we go. Okay, back to pushing. Sainz 10-second penalty, causing a collision. Van Dorn has spun. He is in 19th. And it was Sainz who collided into him. So Sainz hit Van Dorn, spun him out. They both had a problem, and then Sainz just had to pit, and he picked up a penalty. So Van Dorn here in P19. No blue flags. I have that feature turned off. This game is terrible on the way it works, the blue flags. So I do have that turned off. Ricciardo just crashed. This is really bad, though. That means Alonso's going to move into the points. This is not what I wanted. I mean, sure, I like having the positions. This is going to move me up to 13 and 16. This is not what I wanted, though, and there's a good chance that we're going to have to pit again. Looking at that tire wear, I don't think we're going to make 13 laps. I really don't think we're going to make 13 laps. I think I need a pit. Van Dorn especially, why don't you attack? And when we get up to just about heated, and you're at the pit road now, so this will be pit next lap. 13 laps to go, it's way too much. Track's going to stay soaked, so the wet tires are the way to go. We've got some space to Russell and Massa. By the way, with Kubica down to 18th, we are well clear of the Williams. But Kubica just a couple seconds ahead. It could be battling him, but I don't think we're going to make it. Do not think we're going to make it. Let's go back to ×4 here. Gasly just spun. Continues to have problems. Van Dorn. Good stop. And we stay in 18th. Good. stay in 18th. We're ahead of Russell, and you can see Russell definitely wore out. Sainz, of course, pit already. I think everybody's mechanical. Hulkenberg colliding with Albon. Vern, we're going to attack. Where are you? Halfway through the lap. And it's your turn. Now, we are going to lose some positions, but I'm hoping that the timing on this will benefit us because, look, Hulkenberg, Bottas, they've pit. Sainz, of course, recently pit. Now, most of these guys are related to a problem, but looking at the tire wear on most of these cars with 11 laps to go, Kvyat just spun. I think this is the wise move. I really think this is the wise move, and I think we could benefit from this. Okay, so Vern's going to push. He drops to P16, but he's just behind Albon. Gasly, 10 seconds up the road. Raikkonen, 18 seconds up the road. But all of these guys very well either could have to pit or they're going to lose a lot of pace and be slow at the end of this race. We're still ahead of the Williams on paper. The Alfa Romeo, though, is now ahead of us. So we'll see if this strategy pays off. Here on lap 56 now. Hamilton leads. Verstappen has closed the gap significantly. He's down to 11 seconds. So Verstappen has gained 9 seconds on the Mercedes in the last 10 laps or so. Leclerc still 25 behind. Vettel is 32 behind and up to P4. Bottas, after the issues, drops to P8 from where he was. And then it's the two Racing Points who have had the cleanest race of all. I've not heard their name once for anything. Sainz has had an issue. Alonso also has had a very clean race and is up to P9. Hulkenberg, after a second stop, is now down to P10. Bottas just spun, but he's not having the best of races. Getting close to the end here. I'm hoping these guys stop late and don't benefit from the fresh tires. Speed it up for a little bit. Yellow flag. Hamilton takes the lead over Leclerc. Hamilton just pit. Hamilton just pit. Verstappen, though, had a problem because he was 15 seconds ahead of Leclerc, and you can see he's down to third place. So Hamilton pit. Russell and Massa have pit. Lap 60. Kvyat retired. Kvyat retired. Leclerc's about to pit. So is Verstappen. I told you, most of the field's going to end up pitting just before the end of this race. They're not going to get the benefit of those tires like we are pitting when we did. Leclerc in. Ooh, Verstappen comes out ahead. Verstappen has come out ahead. Red Bull has worked its magic. Ooh, and then Leclerc spins. He takes out Raikkonen as well. Sainz colliding with Kubica and Kvyat. There we go. We just got around him. Sainz is going to have to pit. So, here we go. Here we go. What do we have here? Just a few laps to go. And Vern is in 15th. Van Dorn is 17th. All of these guys look like they might pit. But what's the gap? We're not going to get ahead of Magnussen. We're a minute behind. But these guys, Raikkonen, Gasly, Albon, will get Albon. Raikkonen, Gasly, maybe, if they pit. Sainz is definitely about to pit. This is bad though. Alonso's in the points. Can Alonso please pit and Magnussen stay out? Lap 63. Magnussen pit. Still no pit from Alonso or Stroll or Vettel. Vettel, remember he pit quite a while back. He's moved up to second. Stroll just spun. There's the first time we've seen his name all day besides me mentioning him. Lap 63. Okay, push. Push. Van Doren just moved ahead of Kubica. Was it on track or did he pit? He pit. So we're 15 and 16 now. Raikkonen pits, but he comes out ahead of us. Dang it. Albon, I need you to pit. Hamilton colliding with Alonso. And he's getting blamed for it. Destroyed his tires. Hamilton, a 10-second penalty because of Alonso. Doesn't yield the position. Last lap. Last lap. Here we go. Times 4 to the end. So P15, P16, these guys are not pitting like I had hoped. Some of them did. A few stayed out. Hamilton still wins the race, but he's got a 10-second penalty. So does Vettel win the race? 6.5 seconds to Vettel. I think Vettel's going to end up inheriting the race win. Verstappen, third. Leclerc, fourth. Perez, still fifth. Bottas recovers to sixth. Stroll, 7. Hülkenberg, Alonso, Sainz are your top 10. Magnussen, Gasly, Albon making the one-stopper work. Alonso making the one-stopper work. And yes, there you go. Vettel takes the win because of the penalty. And we get a decent finish with 15-16. The strategy almost paid off, but a few cars stayed out and somehow stayed ahead. They did not lose a ton of time in those last few laps, as I was expecting. And we didn't quite benefit from it the way I had hoped, pitting when we did near the end. Either way, it's still a good result. 15-16 is well up the order, but we don't earn anything. Look at all those penalties. I'm glad we had a clean race. And nobody dropping down the order, no penalties otherwise. So sadly, Alonso does get Alpine Racing their first 2 points of the season. That's going to put them out of reach now. So in the Constructors, it puts us down to last. Even though the race itself, we've been, I think, 10th, 11th, and 10th in the 3 races. But Alpine picks up 2 points. That scoots them up. So now it's Williams and Toro Rosso Rosso's definitely been better. They've been on the edge of the points. They'll score. So now it's us and Williams is far clear of where we're at. They're well clear of Alpine, but Alonso, a bit OP, somehow makes a one-stop strategy work. Somehow collides with Hamilton, but Hamilton gets penalized for it, loses the race win because of it. And Alonso, on a one-stopper with horribly, horribly used tires, somehow still ends up in the points. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe. And tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.